Just a 10-minute video about being who I am before the eyes of the Lord and before the people that walk the earth. The creator of this world. The great I am. And the Lord of hosts. It is He who this video is about. Who I am about. I just want to put out there, if anyone has heard of the truth and would like to hear the truth again from another who have learned of the truth, this is a good 10 minutes. Because I never found the Lord. In fact, I told the Lord to stay away from me. I told Him to stay away from me for years. I wanted to have nothing to do with Him. I shooed Him off. I blasphemed Him. I cursed Him. I told Him I didn't want Him in my life. But me being a human, I had no idea what I was talking about. One day I came across a man, and he asked me about the Lord. And I said, yeah, the Lord is good. If He is, He shares. So what? And he said something, well, if He shared with you, would you share with Him? And that was the turning point in my thinking. I am the one that's wrong. And from that moment, I wanted to know who God was. I always knew who we are as an ethnicity and a nationality. Being Hebrew, I never embraced it. I never cared to. But the moment that I thought about God, who He was, I came to repentance and baptism. And I asked Him into my life. I asked Him to forgive me as I forgave my neighbor. And for the last 7-8 years, slowly, year by year, I began to take seriously who I am and who He wants me to be. It is spirit and in truth that I found out that He wants to be worshipped and represented. You can't understand the great I am with hatred in your heart. You can't help your brother without loving him. You can't represent the Lord to your neighbor without worshiping Him in spirit and in truth. I know that we are Hebrew, but I am not going to be one to call white people an Edomite. For one, is hatred. If anything, you're supposed to help out your neighbor. 2, it's false teaching. They are the children of Japheth, the son of Noah. Esau is our twin brother. I'm not going to preach about the history. So common sense tells you our twin brother is white because you read of red hair. They teach false, and I will never participate in that. I will not jumble up the words of God and add in new and take away. For it was the very words that saved me, that brought me here today, that I respect them. Paul said it doesn't matter if you are Jew or Gentile. What matters is that you are Jew in spirit. God came to save the world, not destroy it. And for all of us, when we come to the Lord, our blessings double. If we stay away from Him, our curses double. For we are His people compared to the rest of the world. We are His special people. Though all of creation is His, we were to be set aside and to set the example. It is us that need to lead the way. I forgive. I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. Far from it. But I do strive in my actions every day, at the minimum try that I may be the twinkle of His eye. Not only do I want to make it to heaven, but I want to see the man or the woman next to me make it to glory also. Jesus is a wonderful life. Yehoshua, the great I am. And when you come to understand that it's repentance and baptism, in the belief that Jesus rose from the dead for you to go back to heaven, then you will understand what love is. Because that's the ultimate love right there. I do not participate in the hexagram, the so-called Jewish star. I leave that alone. I don't claim Native Americans as Hebrew or the lost tribes of Israel. God lost a tribe. What tribe did He lose? It's His. If it's not from His word, the King James Holy Bible, His translated scriptures from our very word, the same word that saved the soul before my life, it is not true. I will not make anything up, and I will not take away. But I will do my best to set the example of what He wants. Love thy neighbor as thyself. You can do it also. Jesus saves.